There we go. Thank you, Cole. And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And don't forget, you can text me at 706 889 9700, 706 889 9700. And you could also email me at chief@fetchernews.com. Now it's time for a segment that we're going to call Drain the Swamp Fannin County, hashtag Drain the Swamp Fannin County. But before we do, an hour ago, Donald Trump, we always go to the Twitter deck where we have everything set up here to read tweets. Donald Trump has tweeted out an hour ago, people are pouring into Washington in record numbers. Bikers for Trump are on their way. It will be a great Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I have seen several pictures on the internet of bikers look like headed to Washington, D.C. And then Trump's letting you know bikers are on their way. Then 54 minutes ago, Donald Trump tweeted, the same people who did the phony election polls and were so wrong are now doing approval rating polls. They are rigged just like before. So we'll talk about that in the 9:30 hour or after we finish this segment. Now, I'm going to give some general statements here, but what I'm telling you is true, and I don't know how to start with that, but I don't have all the numbers in front of me. And I will highlight, but everything you're about to hear is true. Now, this is something that, and I want to say out front in public because I do know the attacks that I've already received from this report, and you always know you're on to something when you're getting attacked. I have not, quote, been threatened with legal action, but Dawson Associates have let me know about, possible legal action. I'll just say possible. They've already let me know of the possibility. I have an email where they have sent some of my stuff to their attorney, defamation, okay? So that's out there. Let's just put it out there, right? So now, first of all, let me start with, this is Stan Helton's opportunity to drain the swamp in Fannin County totally. He is making some changes in personnel. This is an opportunity to really make a strong move for the citizens of Fannin County and represent them as, transparent government. Let's just break this down for you. Yesterday I did the report on Lynn Doss receiving her check, Dawson Associates, you can see that on FetcherNews.com, that was cut for her on December 14th for December 17th. For December 14th for January 2017 services that had not been yet rendered. Long story there. Now, the State Bar Association needs to look into this, or you, the citizens, need to be asking the Georgia State Bar Association. So let me give you some quick breakdowns that we will start looking at on a daily basis, okay? Because I have no problem with Dawson Associates being the county attorney. Personally, that's up to the chairman if they would vote on it, and somebody could tell you what. Let me give you the recap. Dawson Associates have been the county attorney 20 plus years. Okay, 20 plus years, that's number one. Second, no one in the chairman's office can tell you today who set the rate of $5,780.34 a month that Dawson Associates get, no questions asked. So, number one, nobody can tell you why they get that amount of money for being county attorney. Two, there is no service agreement, I read this, between Dawson Associates. There's no hourly rate. You do not know how much they charge an hour. You do not know how many hours a month they spend working on county issues. Nothing at all is recorded. Their invoices just have the date, the amount, and that's it. $5,780.34 per month. So you cannot ask and get an answer. And let me just say, Stan Helton, Chairman Stan Helton, didn't create this. I want to be clear, he did not create this. He can do something about it. So for all the transparency, and Commissioner Helton, I think, has made some positive moves with workshops. There's going to be a workshop tomorrow on roads. There's been 2 workshops, one on the fire station. His meetings, I think he's had some positive things happen. But this is his opportunity. So you can't call and get the service agreement between the county attorney and the county. You can't get the hourly rate. You can't get who set the amount, who actually hired these people. Why is it just a given that they get the job the next year with a new commissioner? Why is it just a given that it happens? And why don't they vote on this position? That's one thing. Now, let me say this. Dawson Associates, now I have not pulled 2016, but Dawson Associates had a very good year from the citizens of Fannin County in 2015. 2015 was a very good year for Dawson Associates, which would be Harry and Lynn Doss, okay? It's 200,000 plus, okay? This is where I know I'm right, but, certainly don't want her to send her personal attorney this here, and me at least not have some kind of gray area for the defamation that they think that I may be doing against them, but everything I'm telling you is factual. They receive almost, in 2015, 200,000 plus. So they had a good year in Fannin County, all right? Now, what is that for? Okay, Lynn Doss, because they play little reindeer games, okay? 1 minute Lynn Doss does this for the county and Harry does that. Then 1 minute it's Dawson Associates. So let's just say Dawson Associates. So Dawson Associates, county attorney. What is that, 68 grand a year? All right, county attorney. Probate judge, public defender. Seriously, Scott Kiker, the probate judge, we'll go into that in a minute. They are the public defender in the probate judge's office. Okay, I'll break that one down in a minute. Harry Doss, Dawson Associates, is the indigent juvenile representative for Fannin County. Oh, pretty good money there. I think it's $800 a month. I think he gets, or maybe more. I don't know. But anyhow, pretty good check there. Okay. Then, Board of Education. So these are just a couple off the top of my head. Board of Education for Fannin County. Fannin County Indigent Juvenile Representative. I mean, they don't have enough money. If you don't have enough money, a lawyer's provided for you. We'll break that down. Probate judge, public defender, Scott Kiker, and county attorney. Now, if the state bar cannot look into those and find any conflicts of interest, far be it, then there's no such thing. Those are my words. If the Georgia State Bar can't look into these things and see the conflicts of interest here, then there is no such thing as conflict of interest anywhere in Georgia. These people are the poster child of conflicts of interest. Now, let me break that down. Why is it a conflict of interest? First of all, the state, let's go to indigent juvenile care, okay? I mean, indigent juvenile representation of an attorney. Several years ago, the state of Georgia mandated that you do what's called a rotation of attorneys get juvenile cases. Meaning, if there's a juvenile in your county that is in trouble with the law, all right, Johnny Law, and they're in trouble, and they don't have the money to defend themselves, the Constitution says an attorney will be provided for them. Well, in the juvenile court system, that was a attorney rotation. So a couple years ago, we use a couple, but these are facts. A couple years ago, Governor Nathan Deal, they passed a law, said every judicial district, which is Fannin, Gilmer, and Pickens, every county and every judicial district had to provide a full-time juvenile representative, indigent representative, can't pay the bill. I have that paperwork. That's supposed to be an employee of the county. It says it by Georgia state law, okay? Harry Doss is the juvenile indigent attorney for Fannin County, and he's not an employee. Stan, whether you sign that or not, the agreement in the judicial district that Fannin County agreed to is that they would provide that. So immediately, number one, you could correct that by either making Harry an employee of the county, which there's some more conflict, right? An employee, like the paperwork says, all right, he's subcontracting, that's not by Georgia state law, make him an employee, or put the job out for hire, like it's supposed to be. That's conflict number one. Number two, Harry Doss, the same person that's supposed to be an employee of the county, through this, okay, supposed to be an employee of the county for juvenile indigent, that's whoever that is. Whoever that attorney is for juvenile indigent representation is supposed to be an employee of the county. That's by Georgia state law and the agreement signed in the district. So Harry then moonlights, Mr. Doss, I apologize, Mr. Doss then moonlights, former Superior Court Judge Harry Doss, moonlights as Scott Kiker, probate judge's public defender. When you may ask, what's wrong with that? I don't know. Other than A, Kiker does not have the money in the budget. He may in 2017, but in 2016, if you will look and pull the probate judge's budget for 2016, Kiker did not have the money in there for a public defender in probate. Didn't have the money. Look at the, I guess, hundreds of percent over budget Scott Kiker is in probate court in 2016 for this position of probate judge. So Harry's getting a check there. Huh. We got any conflicts yet? Now, here's the doozy. Because they decide when they want to be Harry Doss, and they decide when they want to be Lynn Doss, and they decide when they want to be Doss and Associates. Now, I don't dislike the people. I just like for everything to be above board and transparent to the citizens of Fannin County. Citizens paid $200,000. This was in 2015. And where's your money going? And who's running this show? Now, Scott Kiker, probate judge. We won't spend too much time, but I think the state bar should look into this a little closer. He promised the citizens of Fannin County he would be a full-time probate judge, okay? Which, if you want to take the time and you want to help me out, because I've done it, I've gone to multiple counties and pulled up the probate judge Scott Kiker, attorney Scott Kiker. He promised the citizens of Fannin County that he would not take any more cases after being elected. He would be a full-time probate judge to the citizens of Fannin County. Well, not exactly true, okay? So if you go up there and you look around and you look at how many times that maybe Lynn Doss has entered appearance, or Scott Kiker has entered appearance, or they enter appearance for each other just so they can enter appearance, but it's the other person's case. Just saying, that's a gray area, but you check that out. Now, is that against the law? No, but he didn't keep his word. But we do know Scott Kiker spends several hours working on private cases, okay? He doesn't have to be full-time probate. Here's the conflict that comes in. Co-counsel, which you guys know out there know, co-counsel is not unusual, okay? Scott Kiker last year and Lynn Doss were co-counsel, private co-counsel in a case in Cobb County and a case in Cherokee County. Co-counsel. Cobb County and Cherokee County, they were co-counsel in a private case. Total conflict of interest. Co-counsel in private cases, county attorney. Okay, now, if they're co-counsel in private cases, her husband is the public defender in the probate office. Scott Kiker, gets confusing. He's supposed to be a full-time employee of the county, supposed to be a full-time employee, the position, we have the paperwork, okay, for indigent juvenile representation of the county, all right? And I send an open records, and this is what I did. I sent an open records request to probate judge Scott Kiker. I received from his law, I'm going to call it law partner. I don't want to mess up legally, but co-counsel, which is partner in a case or whatever. I don't know all the legal terms. God knows they'll probably help me out with that. But I sent an open records request to probate judge Scott Kiker, and in turn, I received an answer from Lynn as county attorney. All right? No conflict of interest. Lynn county attorney. I send media open records to him. She answers. Folks, there's a circle of swamp draining that needs to take place immediately. Now, let me tell you something. If you sit out there and you voted for Donald Trump, if you voted for Donald J. Trump because you enjoyed when he said drain the swamp, he was sending you a message that he'll go to Washington and drain that swamp. You need to drain that swamp in whatever county you live in today. If you have a swamp, you need to start, because when the warm weather gets, the mosquitoes get awful bad. And Stan Helton, you have an opportunity to drain the swamp. Now, I have the paperwork, and Chairman Helton needs to look at the paperwork. You know, I understand you're taking care of roads, and I understand that, and I can appreciate that. And I understand you're doing workshops, and I can appreciate that. And I understand you're working on Fire Station 1, and I appreciate each and every one of those things. But that's not where it stops. Pull the paperwork on indigent, juvenile representation that Fannin County signed, and see that that's supposed to be an employee in that position, and ask why Harry Doss not an employee there. I'm telling you, it's a whole circle. Drain the swamp, Stan. And you can do it today. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to come back and talk more about that tomorrow. If you have questions on that, or you're interested in getting in this discussion, 706-889-9700. Send me a text message, 706-889-9700, or chief@veterannews.com. We're going to come back and we're going to wrap up some things talking about Inauguration Week and some of Donald Trump's tweets. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break, Cole.